Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm pretty excited. I actually was not expecting this box today, but I ordered some baits off of Fish USA, and I am a fisherman from Western Pennsylvania, about an hour and a half to a little under 2 hours from the Fish USA actual warehouse. Long story short, I could have drove up there and got these baits, but I really wasn't planning on doing any fishing in that area this past weekend, so I just went ahead and let them send it to my house. Like I said, I was not expecting to get this soon. However, we got it. It is here, and we're gonna go ahead and do a quick unboxing. A lot of these baits in here are geared towards realistically any kind of fish, but I specifically bought these for walleye, striper, hybrid striped bass. For those of you who are by the ocean and fish for actual striper, I've actually had somebody go overboard over me calling a hybrid striped bass a striper. Not a big deal. That was on Fish Brain. However, yeah, so let's get into this box and just check the baits out. I'm super stoked. Didn't get really anything that cool, but all these baits are soft plastics, and I'm happy. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to get it this quick, but it's here. So let's go ahead and get everything opened up. The only thing, I actually did get some terminal tackle as well. The only thing that I'm kind of nervous about is the jig heads for the tubes. Didn't really care for the brand. Not that it was a huge issue. When it comes to jigs, obviously I do want a quality jig. I was just more so nervous about the actual length of the shank. But these don't look bad. So how many we got? It's an 1/8 ounce 5-pack. I want to say these were $3 a pack, which is honestly pretty cheap for tube jigs. So that is awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of check these out. So I didn't really want to get anything too heavy, just for the simple fact that I'm not going to be fishing deep for smallmouth. A lot of the areas that I do fish, specifically around me, are pretty shallow. Some parts are like 6 feet deep, believe it or not. There's actually a part of the river that you can walk across. It is that shallow from one end to the next. And it's crazy. So, like I said, a lot of the areas that I do fish for smallmouth, they're pretty quick current runs. And you're dealing with anywhere from 3 feet to 6 feet of water. Throwing tubes, I like to throw around structure a lot. So these are gonna be good. Look like a solid, yeah, they're super sharp. Seem to be a very sturdy, well-made jig head. These are from Callan's tournament tested tube jigs, 1/8 ounce short shank. So I got 3 packs of those. And those are gonna be going into the smallmouth bag. Heck yeah, dude. Cannot go wrong with these. I love me some Easy Shiners, man. Keitech, I fell in love with Keitech last year. Their baits are freaking awesome. The durability, obviously, with the soft plastic, you can only get so much durability out of a soft plastic unless you're going with Z-Man. Z-Man does make some phenomenal baits. I do use a lot of their stuff, but like I said, I fell in love with Keitech last year, and I mean, hands down, my personal opinion, some of the best soft plastics in the market. Everything from scent to colorations, just action on these things, super soft, and I mean, a multi-species bait. And this is the 3-inch Easy Shiner Electric Shad, one of my other favorite colors. It's like a dark gray top there with milk white, almost translucent, and you got the typical electric shad colors, some almost confetti style flakes in there with some peppering of black flakes. So we got one of those right there, and can't go wrong. Zoom Flukes. We got the bait fish color right there. That is the 4-inch. Yes, I want to say 4-inch 10-pack bait fish color. Kind of feel like the price on these things went up just a bit. I'm not gonna lie. Feel like the price went up just a bit on those over the years, but inflation is all over the place in every facet of the market. And then we got these. Might be a little on the big side, but I was feeling kind of like I wanted to take some risks and get the 6-inch Super Flukes and Chartreuse Pearl. Now, Chartreuse used to be a huge color here for the hybrid striped bass. So we got the Keitechs here, we got the tube jig heads, we got the Zoom bait fish color flukes right there, and then we got the fluke is what they're calling this. So a lot of guys used to throw these style-wise, not this specific color, down at the river. And long story short, you get a lot of fish. Can't go wrong with a fluke. For those of you who do use flukes, this is the moon dust color right here. If you guys can see that pretty well, look at that coloration right there. You got like a chartreuse in that when the light hits it in a certain way, which is pretty cool. Almost an electric shad mixture in there with a chartreuse hue going through it. So that's pretty cool. I got a couple bags of these. I've never thrown this color, and honestly, I've never even seen this color in these. I'm pretty sure this color's been around for a while in the Zoom baits. I've just never thrown it, and I've really never been a huge fan of this specific design, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot this year. I got a couple different colorways in that, and I'm feeling pretty good about those. You know, even though I do have the chartreuse right here, I'm kind of starting to delve into the more natural color bait style as opposed to the super flashy, you know, boom bait style. I do got a lot of colorful baits, but I generally tend to stick those baits to the ocean fishing and the walleye fishing. So we also got this in the all tried and true blue pearl, I don't even know, silver glitter, but yeah, almost white ice, but we got some silver flake in there. Got a pack of these ones. Can't go wrong with white at all. White is like the standard when it comes to throwing baits. Cannot go wrong with it. We're gonna go ahead and pull these other 2 bags out right here. Like I said, I got 3 bags of these. Is that bag not in here? I thought could have sworn I got 3 of these. Huh. Anyways, look at this crazy color. Wow. Super Fluke Confetti. That is nuts, dude. I know I did say that I kind of wanted to, you know, I was starting to get towards the more natural side. I'm going to buy some weird baits, you know, colorways that people normally don't see. This is actually not being served any justice at all from the camera, so I do apologize. I'm recording on my Action 5 Pro right now, and the lighting in here is not great, but this in person, it just looks like a cool bait right here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to catch a lot of fish on this, not just because there's some confetti flake in there, but long story short, it's a fluke. Bait fish size, I think this is the 5-inch, yes, the 5-inch, and it's like a milk white. Birthday cake confetti in there. Super cool color. I'm gonna go ahead and stick that right there. All right, and we got another one of these, the Fluke, and this is the albino. Another natural bait color right there. Can't go wrong with that. You put an 1/8 ounce jig head with some 8-pound fluorocarbon line and whip that out there on a medium heavy rod, fast action, or even extra fast action. Yeah, when them bait fish are running, you pop this out there, you're getting a bite. 100%. Definitely getting a bite. All right. I could have sworn I got 3 bags of that chartreuse. Okay, and boom, pearl white. Or as they got it on the bag, white pearl. Don't really need to pull it out the bag, but I'll go ahead and pull one out the bag. Nothing crazy. Pearl white. Definitely getting a bite on that. Okay, I might have accidentally, you know, made an error on ordering some stuff, but it's cool. Don't really care for these ones. Truthfully, I don't, yeah. this colorway, electric shad in this. In the Kitech baits, yeah. On the Easy Shiner, yeah. I actually already have these in this colorway. I'll probably end up throwing them anyways, you know, just cause. Yeah, I'm not really, I don't know, I might have messed up when I was ordering. Definitely didn't want these ones, but it's okay. It is okay. All right. And it looks like, yeah, I think I might have screwed up there, guys. It's cool. Okay, here we go. I think this is the Perch Sungill. Okay, Sungill. But yeah, I do like this colorway as well. I'll get this colorway in, there you go. Look at that. That is the 5-inch, the Fluke Sungill. All right, we'll go ahead and throw that down there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs of the Fluke. We do have another bag right here of the Confetti Super Fluke. So we're gonna save the surprise for last, but look at this. So Easy Shiner 4-inch, but this color is freaking awesome, guys. I am really, 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 really happy about this color right here. This is gonna, oh my gosh, like, look at that. Look at that. Okay, guys, I'm back. Had a bit of a phone call there. My lady called me, and then one of my buddies ended up calling me, so I went ahead and answered that real quick. So back to what we were kind of checking out here. Last bait that we were looking at was this Kitech right here. Kitech Easy Shiner 4-inch. Now, I am super stoked about this color. This is the Gold Flash Minnow, and you get 7 of these in here. I think it's kind of cool. 7 tails. I think that's kind of cool how they got that there. But this right here, man, look at that. Tell me that ain't juicy. Tell me that is not a juicy looking bait right there. You got like a brown, black, grayish top with like a milk white bottom there. You got a bunch of gold flake with some peppering of black flake in there. And looks to be, yeah, that's all gold and black. As always, Kitech has some very strong scent on their baits. I should have got 2 packs of these. I don't know why I just bought one of these, but I am super stoked about throwing these. I cannot wait. Pop an 1/8 ounce jig head on there, you know, 1/4 ounce jig head on there. Oh my gosh, these are gonna get some fish. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Kitech baits. Love their baits. I wish that this channel was big enough, or I was, you know, had some notoriety as far as a fisherman goes, so I could get sponsored by Kitech, because, yeah, one of my favorite bait companies. All the way. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this one out. So this is the Kitech Easy Shiner Threadfin Shad. Now this right here, man, look at that. Look at that, guys. I do apologize. The glare is terrible. We're gonna go ahead and pull one of these out, let y'all see it. That way it's not in the plastic and you're just seeing a straight glare with an outline of a bait. But this color pattern right here is, yes, 1/8 ounce jig head. Look at that. Look at them. When that bait fish is running, you can't tell me that you were not going to get a fish on this right here. You just pop an 1/8 ounce jig head on that thing and throw it in the bait pool when they're running, dude. Game over. Game over. Game over. That is the move. I'm definitely going to be getting more of these ones right here. Those threadfin shad, as well as the Gold Flash Minnow. The electric shad ones, we might get another pack of those, and I'll probably end up getting a few other different colorways as well. So we got, kind of want to save the best for last, honestly. I can't wait to show you guys these ones. Should have got a smaller size. All right, so here's another one. And I actually really didn't know that I got 3 packs of these ones. So this is the Gizzard Shad in the 3-inch size as well. Nothing flashy. But as you guys can see, a lot of these are almost natural colors. You know, a lot of browns, a lot of grays, a lot of whites, greens. You know, just super simple colors. Like I said, this is the gizzard shad color right there. It's almost like a goldish top, milky white bottom. So we got some gold, a little bit of purple flake in there with some black peppering flake as well. But yeah, those are going to be the ticket. I cannot wait. I'm really happy with what I got in this box. Really, really happy. All right, so here we go. I did check the product list whenever I was on the phone, and just to make sure that I didn't, I wasn't shorted a bag, but I ended up ordering just 2 of those. Honestly, I think 2 of those is good enough. Those are 6-inch swim baits right there. I don't really think you're going to need too much in regards to that. You figure you got 12 right there. That's good. That's solid. With all the stuff we got right here, solid. Okay, so I got these for walleye. Now, I actually just got onto these this year. I was looking at these when they first dropped. I can't remember the exact date they dropped. I want to say last year, maybe the year before that. Rapala came out with a whole lineup of new baits, and a lot of guys are swearing behind these things. And I've seen a lot of fish being caught on these, not this specific colorway, but I've seen a lot of fish get caught on this style of Rapala Crush City baits. And I actually got some myself. I bought 2 different colorways before this, and then a smaller one, and like an all white pearl, and they catch fish. They're very soft, and the action on these things are great. And apparently they are salt scent infused. So this is the Sexy Shad color, and 4-inch bait. You get 6 of these. Can't remember the price that I paid, but yeah, these ones are going to be for walleye. I mean, these are, Rapala makes quality bait, so I'm not even going to get into it all that much, but Rapala makes a quality bait. I do love Rapala. I used to be a huge fan of Rapala. I don't really spend too much money on Rapala because I've since gotten into different brands of bait, whether it be hard plastic or soft plastic. But yeah, these are solid baits to have. Definitely recommend getting some of these in your arsenal. You could honestly throw any size jig head on there. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend anything under an 1/8 ounce jig head, just for the simple fact that the size of this bait, long story short, any bait, you want to make sure the hook is big enough and long enough and comes out of there to where you're not missing hookups. But yeah, definitely recommend going out and grabbing you some of these. Good bait to have. Very good bait to have. It's always good to have a swim bait. So last but not least, now I cannot remember what YouTube channel I was watching when I had seen these getting advertised. But this is an exclusive, a Fish USA exclusive colorway through Keitech. Boom. Wonder Bread. Keitech Easy Shiner Wonder Bread colorway. Yeah. These are pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and take one of these out and show it to you. I just think it looks cool. Obviously, it's going to catch fish just for the simple fact that it is a Keitech, and the action on these things are very lifelike. It's going to be a little hard to see that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so long story short, these things are practically translucent with a very small fogginess to the actual bait, but you got confetti glitter in there, and I think it looks cool. I mean, it looked a lot cooler online, but I think these are pretty cool. I ended up grabbing 3 packs of these. So when you're going out and buying stuff like this, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily true, but as an angler, when you're going out and just buying things, you're like, oh, that looks cool, you're addicted to fishing. The amount of tackle I have is unreal. It is almost overwhelming sometimes when I go out there to reorganize bags and move some baits around amongst all the bags I got, and you know, take things out and put it off to the side that I don't plan on using that season or whatever it may be. You know, I start unpacking things and it's just, I'm looking at the ground like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. There's too much. But here I am buying more stuff. Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to get out on the water and utilize all of this stuff right here. Smallmouth don't seem to be in right now in my area. People are catching them, but they're not pushing really hard down in the river. So I'm not going to be using these just yet. However, I'm definitely going to be throwing these right here. I cannot wait to get these out on the water. Definitely going to be chucking these bad boys out there and hooking into some fish. And definitely going to be chucking these bad boys out there. Definitely going to be chucking these 3-inch easy shiners, as well as this right here. I mean, I still got to put some stuff in my bags. And yeah, I'm pumped. So I will catch you guys on the next video. Obviously, I did say that this wasn't going to be edited at all. But with the phone calls I got interrupting the video, I'm just going to go ahead and cut that section out, splice these two videos together, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like button. For those of you who are new, didn't say it in the beginning, but thank you very much for sticking this video out. Thank you for checking it out. And, you know, if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell icon. So whenever I do drop new content, you are getting an alert and you can go ahead and, you know, continue checking my videos out. I do have a few more videos that I will be putting out as well. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. Super busy, work life and all that good stuff. I'm going to be making some recommendation videos. I want to say that I mentioned it in the last one, but I might have cut that out. I do have another video that I still have to put together that I took the other day. I ended up getting one catch, well, 2 catches, 1 landed, and did a lot of walking, lots of surveying. And the river down here, I mean, all waterways are blown out, super rainy, but you guys will see that in that video. So as always, thanks for watching, and tight lines, guys. Catch you on the next one.